Hello Pisces, Pisces rising and Pisces moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting April 24th, 2017. And a quick reminder for you guys, I do have a special video up about the Venus shadow period, which is going to be going on up until about the end of the first week of May, if you want to check it out. It's a featured video, again on the main channel page. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com. So what is going on with your astrology this week, Pisces? Well, early on in the week, we've got Mercury retrograding all the way back into Aries, into your earned income sector, where it will be forming a very harmonious connection to Saturn, currently retrograde in your earned income sector. Now, two retrogrades can make a right. It's what I've been telling everyone. So hold your horses on the freak out. Actually, this might work out quite well. And when I say Saturn retrograde in Sagittarius, that's your 10th house of career. Now, there's a way to actually go back and reclaim something here. Whether it's a way for you to get some money that you should have been paid in the first place, or possibly even get yourself into a field or into a career opportunity or a work opportunity that you either skipped or maybe even were denied in recent weeks and months. You know, whether you are looking for a new job or you're just looking for a new situation where you are. Because Mercury retrograde is bringing back old opportunities, and Saturn retrograde in your career sector is getting rid of unnecessary rules, boundaries, regulations, and obstacles. And together, we're trying to see what can come back into your space because the unnecessary rules and obstacles were in the way before, but they have been removed. Later on in the week, we've got a new moon in Taurus, in your third house of communications, pacts, and promises. And there may actually be a brand new arrangement, whether it's a financial deal or a new service contract or possibly even a new promotional opportunity for you when it comes to having people spread your good name. A new moon in the third house also favors those of you who are working on any kind of publishing opportunity or even working on the web. If you're trying to find a way to reach a new audience, a new authorship, a new readership or a new viewership, this new moon over the next 2 weeks is going to be attracting those people to you. So all you got to do is work on keeping them. So what is going on with your cards then this week? Well, for your spiritual advice, we do have the card of the Soul Kin. And the Soul Kin talks a lot about a need to pay attention to where, you know, people in your life, whether we're still in regular contact with them or not, it's recognizing soul connections, even the ones on a platonic level. You know, one of the things I hate about, and one of the reasons I never talk about things like soulmates and twin flames, is because a lot of people think of those kinds of relationships as kind of like the Gucci of relationships. That's not a reason to go looking for those things. That's not a good reason at all. The reason I think that soul recognition and spiritual recognition and soul family recognition exists is because we've got tons of people we have spiritual connections with. And the platonic relationships are also very important. Because, you know, your friends, your relatives, you have karmic relationships with them too. And there may be a lot of reasons for them to be coming back into your life this week, or why you need to recognize the significance of why they are there in the first place. And with this card, it's also saying there is going to be a job that only one person can fill, or only one person has been good at in your life, and he or she will be actually somebody that you do have a karmic relationship with. But again, it's about learning how to have a karmic relationship with somebody for the sake of the product you're making, or whatever this is. You're also going to be recognizing a lot of, I guess you could say, tighter connections with people that you've sort of disregarded. Maybe, there is a need to look at your friendship circle a little bit, Pisces, this week. You may notice that you have a better rapport with people who don't claim to be your BFF. Something interesting happening. I'm not really quite sure. This is a weird retrograde period. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and relationships, we do have the King of Wands upright. And the King of Wands is saying, again, we have somebody stepping up in your favor, stepping up to look out for you and help you out. Most likely a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or somebody with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius moon. And usually when we see the King of Wands, we tend to see somebody who is, again, they are championing you. They are sticking up for you and possibly even promoting you. This could actually be somebody going out of their way to get you a new income opportunity or a new job opportunity. Possibly somebody coming back with that Saturn-Mercury trine we talked about just a few minutes ago. But the interesting thing about this is, this King of Wands has a very personal investment in watching you succeed. They are invested in your success. So it's very important to make sure that you keep them close. And the nice thing about this is, even if you are currently not looking for new work, this person may actually still be dropping something on your doorstep. Even if you didn't ask for it, it is meant to be a token of affection. Somebody, again, going out and trying to find something very nice for you. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, the others in your life, we do have the Three of Swords reversed. It's time to kind of address an issue with a friend or a relative this week that both of you have kind of agreed not to talk about explicitly. Alright, the Three of Swords reversed can often indicate a need to pay attention to where we are complicit in just sort of letting the elephant sit in the room. And unfortunately, the elephant has now gotten between you and this person. And I know that sometimes when we imagine the elephant in the room, we think it's off to the corner and we're over here. No, sometimes it's in between us. And the Three of Swords reversed is saying, Pisces, you people got to pay attention to where that subject just has to be brought up in earnest. Clearing the air. Because sometimes the Three of Swords reversed can often show up where people are going out of their way to overcompensate for an imbalance or a dysfunction that would be easier and less work to simply remove in the first place. So if you and a friend or you and a relative are trying to make peace after a difficult time, your Three of Swords reversed is saying they may not know that you're okay with removing the elephant in the room, but they may be relieved to know that we can just sit down and be real. So let's not tap dance around it anymore. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Ace of Cups upright. Pisces, I think that maybe with the Ace of Cups as a challenge is kind of interesting for you, because normally you guys are pretty upfront. But the Ace of Cups upright as a challenge is also saying, learning to be kind of open and make a deeper, I guess you could say, and much more impactful message of affection might feel like a challenge for you, because I think that sometimes we're afraid to be intrusive. Sometimes, we live in a society, we live in a world where it's kind of expected to kind of be reserved and taken for granted. And so sometimes making the bigger gestures can be kind of hard, not because we're feeling embarrassed or self-conscious, but because it might feel intrusive to the other person. However, your challenge with the Ace of Cups upright is to actually open up to the opportunity for sentimentality. You may not be feeling like you know how to be sentimental with a person anymore. It might not even be a romantic situation. It may actually be, how to be more sentimental with your child or your parents. But again, it's all about clearing that air. It's all about getting that, just getting all that pomp and circumstance out of the way in the relationships that we have. We shouldn't have to have a dress code when we are in the home with our loved ones who, know us through and through. And so breaking the ice with the Ace of Cups may be a bit of a challenge, because it's sort of like a new thing for everyone involved, but I think that you need to be the first to make that move. Oh, thank goodness. Well, for your spiritual advice, we do have the Three of Cups upright, so your love life certainly has no problem with sentimentality. In fact, the Three of Cups upright can also bring up a very interesting clue for those of you who are single and looking. If you don't make it a point of putting yourself out there, you should really do that this week. The Three of Cups upright does indicate that it's more likely that you're going to meet somebody this week out in public, not doing it online or in smaller groups. In fact, find a way to get yourself circulating in larger circles, larger happenings, see what's going on out there. Because the Three of Cups upright does indicate you have friends this week also connecting you. In fact, you may actually meet somebody that there is a very small degree of separation in how you are affiliated with one another. There will, however, be a chance, especially with this Pluto retrograde in your 11th house, that you and an old friend that you've not been in contact with for a while may actually have some romantic chemistry to discuss yourselves. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Three of Cups upright does talk about a need to be more inclusive this week, because it looks like you and your partner may actually get closer or find a new way to get to know each other in the company of friends in more public arenas and bonding in more public activities. Three of Cups upright does indicate that, it kind of sends a message. Sometimes it's nice to have those guests over. It's nice to be the guest at other people's houses because we get to see our partner in action in different areas away from the humdrum predictable. And you don't have to be humdrum predictable either. In fact, the Three of Cups upright is saying everyone needs to be a bit more extroverted on the romantic front when it comes to the Pisces side of things, and you will see some swift results. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.